nice to be.
Hi guys, I am doing an actual talking opening, mostly because nobody's at my house and I can talk as loud as I want. I'm going to do a tutorial on the look that I'm wearing right now, which is a very literal festive holiday look. It is this green sparkly eye with a poppin' red matte lipstick. I hope you enjoy it. I know this is not for the faint of heart. This is not like an everyday look, but it's definitely something you can try if you're with your family or friends over the holidays and you want to impress them with your makeup skills. I definitely think they'll be like, you really outdid yourself with this one. So it is a little crazy. It is super glam. I have some insane lashes on. I have pretty bright red lipstick, and this is a lot of sparkles. Oh my god. This is like the only time of the year where you can like do shit like this and get away with it. Holidays, like, all bets are off. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I'm gonna ask you to do it at the end anyways. But I'm just saying, hit the red button. I love you forever. Okay, I'm gonna get started now. I'll stop talking and let's just do this. So to get started, I am just priming my face with this Bourjois primer. I just got this from ASOS and I really loved it and the way that it made my skin feel really smooth. And then I'm going to come in with my current favorite foundation. It is the HD stick, Ultra HD stick from Makeup Forever. This is in the number 127, or I believe Y335. 127 was the color I wore in the old foundation, so that's why I picked this one up, and it matches pretty well. And then I'm going to spray some Smashbox primer water on my Tarte brush, and I am just going to start to blend it in. This is just kind of a flat top angled kabuki that I got in a set from Tarte. Then, to make sure everything is blended and there's no extra product on my face, I am just going to take my beauty blender and I'm going to buff this out. And then I'm going to move on to eyes. I'm just going to prime my eyes with the Lorac primer. You can use whatever primer you have. And then I'm going to come in with a cool toned brown. This is my transition color, but I'm mostly just using it to add depth in my eye. This is Wedge by MAC, and again, it's just really cool toned and neutral, and I'm just buffing this back and forth in windshield wiper motions in my crease. This is just going to help so it's not a big wash of green over our eyes. So I'm going to take 3 different colors, all different tones of green. The first one is the darkest one I have, and it's by ColourPop, and I'm going to lay this in a V on the outer V of my eye. So I'm going to build up the color and then blend it out and then build it up again. So the first thing I'm doing is laying down the first layer, and I'm just pulling it in towards the center of my lash line in that V, and then I'm going to come in and blend it out. I'm going to blend it towards the inner portion of my crease, so I'm just kind of making it diluting the color a little bit, and then I'm going to come in with my second layer and just deepen up the green and blend it in a little bit more. So then I'm going to come in with the lightest color. This is also by ColourPop. It's super shimmery seafoam green, and I am just going to use my finger to pop that on the rest of the lid. And I'm just smoothing it out with my finger since it's a really creamy texture. Then I'm going to come back in with Wedge and just buff out the edges a little bit before I come in with the next Stila shadow. This is a Magnificent Metals one, and I am just tapping it onto my lid. These colors are really opaque and very, very, very sparkly, and I recommend putting on with your finger if you have it because it applies way better than with a brush. It can get a little bit flaky and weird. It's a weird gel-like texture. So I am just putting this on the center of my lid and then taking a flat brush and just kind of blending everything together. It should blend pretty well because they're all creams. I wanted to add this color last because it's the most vibrant color of the bunch, and I wanted to really pop off the center of my lid. When you have everything smoothed out, you want to come in with a little bit of a deeper cool toned brown. This color is just going to deepen up the crease a little bit, add a little bit of definition, and take away from the green so it's not so bright and harsh. Now I'm going to go back to the Vice 4 palette, and I'm going to take this deeper green. It's like a deep seafoam green, but it's a little bit more of a different color than the greens that we're using on our eye. I'm going to use this to add some dimension in the outer V of my eye, so I'm just pressing it and packing it on the outer V where we had applied that first color to add a little more depth and dimension, and it's not just one big wash of green. Just like we do after every step, make sure to blend everything, make sure it's really smooth, and then come in and highlight your brow. This is just a bright cream shimmery shadow. I went shimmery with this one, but you can keep it matte if it's too much for you. So now I'm going to highlight the inner tear duct, and I'm just going to use that same bright seafoam green that we put on the inner corner of our eye. I wanted it to be really bright, so I really applied a couple layers just to make it really stand out. Then I decided to clean up the outer edge with a makeup wipe because I wanted a really nice kind of sleek wing, and that didn't happen like I wanted it to. I immediately messed up my liner, as you can see here. It's so frustrating. It's not as easy as everyone makes it, you know, seem, and if you have different types of eyes or hooded eyes, it really takes a lot of working to get that perfect wing. So the struggle was real today. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have a good time, but that's okay. I had to stop recording and just do it off camera because I was so frustrated. If you like wings, you know as much as I do that there are good wing days and there are bad wing days, and this was a bad wing day. I'm gonna conceal before I go in to finish the bottom lash line, and I am using the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer, which is like an insane name because when I think of concealer, I'm not like, oh, I hope it looks sensual. I'm using a beauty blender and the Smashbox primer water to blend everything out. And I'm going to immediately set it with the Makeup Forever HD pressed powder so I don't get any creasing. I really love this concealer, but it's definitely thick and you definitely need to set it. So I'm going to come back to Wedge, and I'm going to use a MAC 217 to buff it onto my bottom lash line. I'm just going back and forth and creating a little bit of warmth there. And then I'm going to come in with the darkest green shadow that we had, and I'm going to run that all along the bottom lash line from inner to outer corner. Then I'm going to come in with a fluffier brush and that dark seafoam color, and I'm just going to blend out the line with that to add a little bit of shimmer and darkness. So for my cheeks, I'm going to use a couple new products that I just got from MAC and one that I already have, but this is the Prep and Prime Highlight Pen, and I really love it. It's so smooth and it reflects really gorgeous, so I am just using this to highlight the top of my cheekbones, down my nose, my cupid's bow, chin, and across my forehead. And then I'm going to come in with the most beautiful bronzer I've ever seen. It definitely has a lot of pigmentation, but I am using the Give Me Sun bronzer. I have seen this used in a lot of people's tutorials, and I finally caved and bought it, and I am newly obsessed. Since this look was so bright and crazy, I didn't want to be super sculpted, but I did want to warm my skin up and give a tiny bit of definition under my cheekbones. And I think the MAC Give Me Sun product was really perfect to do that with. I also didn't want a really bright blush because I just felt like it would interfere, so I took this highlight. I'll list it in the down bar, but it's a really bronze highlight color, and I used that as my blush all over my cheeks. It gave me just a really pretty bronze glow, which I thought was perfect with the look. And then I am going to contour my nose a little bit. I'm going to use Wedge, which is what we used in our crease, to just kind of carve it out and give myself a faux nose job. So since I ran out of my Anastasia Brow Wiz, I decided to pick the NYX alternative to that product, which is kind of similar in the same color. I actually got, I believe it's called Chocolate, just like the one that I used from Anastasia, and I am just filling in my brows very quickly here. I'll show you a fast forward version, but I do have a brow video that I will link in the down bar if you want to see me fill in my brows with more detail. I'm obviously super glowy, but I wanted to add a little bit more of a pop on the top portion of my cheekbones, so I took Champagne Pop and added just a tiny bit just to kind of make it pop a little bit more. Now I'm going to add a bright red lipstick. This is Succulent by ColourPop. It's super matte, and I thought that I would keep my lips matte since my eyes were the opposite of matte. I'm just going to add some lashes, and then we are done.
I really can't stay. It's cold outside. I've got to go. It's cold outside.
Alright guys, I am done with this look. I'm not gonna lie, my lips are really dry right now. You might want to use a different one. I just really like this color. The other thing is, these are the Queen Bee lashes. They're so dramatic, and they probably don't even look that as dramatic in the camera as they do in real life. But I definitely think for a look like this, you should go crazy. I mean, you're wearing green eyeshadow and red lipstick. Happy holidays. I'm going to keep doing some more looks. I have some amazing New Year's Eve ones planned. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. subscribe if you wanna. All the information will be in the down bar with these products. I want to do some other fun videos. I'm just not really sure what to do. Tutorials are the easiest for me because I love doing makeup. But if there's any products you want reviewed, or if there's, you know, any other random video, a tag or something that you'd want to see, let me know. I don't know if anybody has any opinion on that, but if you do, definitely let me know in the comments so that I can make some fun videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this holiday festive red and green look. I will talk to you soon. Ciao.
The lights are